Grief has barely begun to settle, and yet the families of those who died in the crash of Air India Flight 171 are already facing something unimaginable. Not just the trauma of loss, but a second fight, and this time for compensation. Weeks after the deadly crash that took 241 lives, new and disturbing allegations have surfaced. Families say they are being pressured and misled by Air India, told to fill legal forms or risk receiving nothing at all. Let's take you back. On June 12, 2025, Air India Flight 171 took off from Ahmedabad, bound for London. But within moments of takeoff, the aircraft carrying 242 people crashed. Only one person survived. This was not just a crash, it was a national tragedy. Families were torn apart in seconds. The country mourned, and Air India announced interim relief of Rs 25 lakh per family as a gesture of support. But that relief, say many families, has now turned into a cruel trap. A UK-based law firm, Stewards, representing over 40 grieving families, has made serious claims. They say Air India is forcing families to fill out a complex legal questionnaire in order to access even the interim compensation. So, no form and no money. And the environment in which this is being done, according to them, crowded, hot, and with no proper legal guidance. People were reportedly given papers in a state of deep shock, some still arranging funerals and were not told what the form really meant. More disturbingly, the forms ask families to declare their financial dependency on the deceased, a clause that lawyers warn could be used later to limit total compensation payouts. Essentially, what was supposed to be support may be used as legal leverage. Lawyers now say this approach is ethically unacceptable and possibly in breach of international norms. According to aviation lawyer Peter Neenan from Stewards, families under the Montreal Convention are entitled to advance payments without any legal conditions. Just identity verification and a receipt should be enough. Yet, what's happening here is quite different. Families are being told to fill this form or walk away with nothing. The firm is now advising families not to sign anything without legal counsel, as it may affect their right to claim full damages in the future, not just from the Air India, but also from Boeing or any other potentially liable parties. So what does Air India say? The airline has denied all wrongdoings. They claim the questionnaire is part of a streamlined process to ensure that payments reach the right beneficiaries quickly. Air India says no one is being forced and that support services have been deployed, including transport, counseling, and funeral assistance. Reports also say that 47 families have already received interim payments and the rest are in process, pending proper documentation. But the question remains same, is asking vulnerable, grieving families to fill out complex legal paperwork without counsel ethical? Is it human? Now the case may go global. Efforts are underway to file cases in UK and US courts under the Montreal Convention, which allows legal action in foreign jurisdiction in the airline or victims have ties there. Lawyers believe this could become one of the biggest liability cases in Indian aviation history, with claims potentially crossing 1,000 crore. But beyond the money, this is about dignity. It's about treating people with empathy when they are at their most broken. And it's about ensuring that airlines, governments, and corporations do not hide behind paperwork when lives are lost. So far, Air India Flight 171 has left behind not just wreckage, but a trail of unanswered questions. As legal battle begin and international pressure builds, one thing is very clear. These families are not just fighting for compensation. They are fighting for justice, for their loved ones, and for how we as a system respond to tragedy. This said Samaksh Namdev signing off with a reminder to stay always safe. Thank you for watching.